Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go. It's week 14. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Come on, set!
Looking to throw right away. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Ready! 68! Ready!
Now Milton to throw. Chased out to his right. Complete to the rookie out of Auburn. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
19 Tiger! Let go!
Quick throw completed out to the left. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready! Cougar 19! 18, Pioneer! '70 Ranger! Ready?
Shotgun snap here to Milton. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
Ready?
3rd and long for him here. And it's caught. He's got Lamb. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Ready!
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal.
18 Cardinal.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 10-yard line.
Ready up.
Need better results here on 2nd and goal from the 10.
Here we go. Set. 19, 18.
Putting a receiver in motion. Out of the gun. It's Milton. Brought in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Textbook, hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Big play for this offense. It's 3rd and goal.
Get it. Hawk 70.
Man in motion here.
Go.
3rd down from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
A couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it. And they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cooper to Dean in to pick it up. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready? Check up.
He'll look to throw. Kraft has it. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Trying to throw this from the gun. He's got a man left. And he's going to be touched down right at the line, so no gain on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Flag. Cowboy 80. Ready?
They're throwing it. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
Well, the positive out of back-to-back picks for these two teams is that is reassuring for this defense. Thrown into a sudden change environment, able to come through, pick their guys up, and get that football right back through their offense.
Okay,
First down now, ball at the 33.
Ready? Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Warrior 70. Ready, ready.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. It's like you always say, right back to work for him, getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
18.
Here's Milton, 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Got it. Ready?
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Hey. Cougar 19.
They'll send him over right. The 3rd down run with Blue. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down, Eagles opting to go with a dime here.
Mustang 19. Go.
They'll air it out on 3rd. This is a heater going deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Ready?
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Driving on the ground here with Barkley. Get some space around midfield. Free inside the 30. Saquon Barkley. And no touchdown here. Just needed a few more, but this one goes out at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
Barkley has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 2-yard line.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points.
70 Lions. Ready?
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and goal. Defense electing to play this from the nickel.
Here we go. Shot. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They're going to try and throw it here. He's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down.
Oh, that's a bummer right there, Kay. Nothing early open on that down. And I'd much rather see him try to go forward, keep 4th down and play. Taking that big a loss, it really rules out that kind of decision.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is set away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Top 19.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Tackle this one down. It's Blue. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 19 Lions.
Milton now. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We all know these receivers are so dangerous. Just in how well they get open and work the field, then put the ball in their hands, and they become even more dangerous after the catch. They start looking for those lanes to turn small catches into massive gains.
From the red zone on 1st. And screen here to Blue. And that play is brought to a halt, so you're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Eagles get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Okay, that's far from the first time we've seen him throw into the wrong team, but this one was probably the most costly.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
Get it. Let's go.
They'll throw to start the drive. It's a screen to Barkley. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, kid, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Saquon Barkley. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Milton. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Bronco 80. Mustang 19.
Here's Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Dallas sends its punching unit onto the field. He punted 3 times in a win last week, and this one is away. He's hit before he can get anything on that return.
At their own 19-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott.
I'll start this one out with Barkley. And this is going to be halted just before he can reach the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Hey, smash Bronco.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Again, he hits the 2nd Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Here's Kavontae Turpin on the return. Showing a little burst so far. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's pump 70.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. Moving quickly, trying to get set. To throw, Milton. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 70 simple.
There he is on 3rd and short. He's throwing deep to the left side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Let's go.
Here's the snap on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he will get the first as they touch him down. Working quickly here. Up the middle, Blue. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get it.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to C.D. Lamb. And now it's 3rd down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go. Move it, 19.
To the air on 3rd and long. Complete out to the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ready up.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Cut 19. Back.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
18, pioneer. Here we go, set.
1st down,
60.
Cowboys.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. Escapes the pocket. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Milton gonna throw again here, 2nd and 10. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
So the grounding backs him up and wipes away second down. A very tough third down play here.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Ready.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 4th and long.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Go check, go check. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they bring him down around the 34. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
On the ready.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this 3rd down.
Hey, check that street. Get it?
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And this is going to be shy at first, but not by much. It's 4th and short. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Come on. Mustang 19. Cowboy 80.
Shotgun snap. Looking to throw. He fires one deep down the right sideline. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He's going to throw again on 2nd down. He's loaded another one up. Caught at the 20-yard line. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys chop some of the lead off before the half.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Brian Schottenheimer wants his guys to get 2 more here.
Hey,
The Cowboys will line up for the
65
two-point conversion.
Motion the tight end over. All right, they're going to throw for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
20, Cowboys 11. Brandon Aubrey to kick off.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Okay,
They've
ready?
got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Cougar 19. County Lions.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Brandon Aubrey to kick on for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 1. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10.
Ready? No. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
Third quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. And this hasn't been a common sight out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11.
19, 18. Let's go.
Working now from the gun. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Warriors 70.
They're going for this. Throw caught by his running back. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And that's a great field position.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost him the possession.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up second and 2.
Play fake. It's Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it third down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
On the set.
The Eagles go dime for this third down call.
Let's go. 70 range. It's 70 range. Hawk 70. Hawk 7. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Milton now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Ready, ready.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. 79 Broncos. Cougar 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
From the red zone now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys start the second half with some needed points. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Bronk, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Will line up for the
Packers 60. Packers.
Now Milton to throw. And he gets into the end zone. That lead is now whittled down to a single point. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Barkley off the pistol again. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
First down, and they go right back to it. So call it a half dozen on that run, Brock. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Get it.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Come on, come on.
His quick pass cut outright. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Ready. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Back to throw now. All the left side. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Ready? 19 side. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready?
1st and 10, looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Ready? Nike, 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Throwing now, Milton. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Panthers 19 Lions. Dragon 60.
Milton back to throw. Drops this underneath. It's blue. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket. They're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go.
Ready?
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slate, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender, and when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away. It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19. Ready?
Milton. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
This could be the snap that decides this game. It's 4th and goal.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Ready?
Desperation time here. He will not escape the rush on 4th and goal. That's a sack. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
Ready?
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Go!
Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
70 Timberwolf.
They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on 3rd.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Drop 60, drop 60.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Barkley underneath. And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Hey, check that. No. Check go.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
1st down from the 42. Back-to-back carries here. Oh, he rocks that tackler. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Liking, go.
Barkley trying this up the gut. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that.
And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead to 7. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
Ready?
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Here we go, back.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense in a hurry up here.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. They bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's good for a Dallas first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys trail by 8.
On the jump.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. 6. Here we go. 18. Pioneer. 60 by 19 Lion. Dragon 60. Go.
They'll start the drive with blue. That played good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Get it. Cougar 19.
He gets the handoff. It'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
70 Timberwolf. Check smash. Check smash. Hey.
On the give, it's blue. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Yes, and everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
70 Lion. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime.
Touchdown, Dallas.
All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They knew what they had to do. First the touchdown. Now a 2-point try to tie it.
Go.
Cowboys will line up for the
60
2-point
Eagle.
conversion.
60 Eagle.
Setting up to pass. Buying some time right. And they can't connect that time. And after the touchdown, unfortunately, can't finish off the 2 they needed to tie this game and force overtime. Oof, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Eagles are able to recover, and that should just about do it for us here.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Quarterback run here. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All right, here we go. Second down.
Come on, come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
70 Lions.
He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
Liking 18. Buffalo 18. Go.
He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is stuffed at the line. They don't get the yard they need, and they're going to catch a breather. They turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
On the set.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Ready? 19 Lions. Liking 18.
They send a receiver in motion right. One final shot here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some...